Hello everybody and welcome back to some more of our FM19 Journeyman in charge of Yarrow in the Finnish First Division, and we are looking to bounce back here. We need to start getting some results. Recent form is not great, no wins in 4, only 1 defeat, but still it's not really good enough for what we're looking to do, which is kind of to win the league. And, well, we're still not far behind. Even, recent form taken into consideration, we're still only 2 points off of the top, which isn't great. We probably should be up there, but it's certainly something that we can pull back. And, well, we're going to look to try and do that today. Now, I did mention at the end of last episode that we were going to look to change systems a little bit. We sort of have, but not really. All we've done is go more attacking. That is it. All I've done is made us more attacking. I think it'll help. I just think we need more chances, and that'll do a really good job of giving us that. I've also brought Ewelike back into the team. I just think we're better with him on the pitch. Even if he's out of form, we still just seem to be better with him on the pitch. The average ratings have gone again. It's very annoying that it keeps doing this. Oh, look, they're still gone. They're not coming back this time. They've broken more. Brilliant. Hello? Average ratings? No? Do we not get them? No, we don't get average ratings today. Okay, brilliant. Let's submit the team. Let's get into this next game, or this first game of today, I should say, against VIFK. It's definitely winnable. They've got a 4-4-2, which is, well, it doesn't normally cause us problems, but recently it has done. But, I mean, look at him. He's the striker. One of their strikers. He's a bit naff, to say the least. He's not great. Apparently, he's rated quite highly, though, for us. Meh. He has potential. Potential. He's not good yet. So let's be passionate and let's give the fans a performance to clear for. To the surprise of nobody, Thomas Lindahl loves it and nobody else responds. He really likes me lately, and I keep getting training reports to say he's done really well. So we've got a nice little team going on, me and him. Nobody else in the team's invited, apparently, but we're doing quite well for ourselves. He's recently gone up to being a 4-star player, so the scouts like him too, and the assistant. They've got a free kick, though, here, quite early on, and I thought that was in. For a brief second, I thought that was in the back of the net. Luckily, it wasn't, and it's still 0-0. We do need to try and see some chances of our own, though. Oh, we've got a corner. Eriksson's going to put it in towards the back post, and Kettler heads in. That puts him joint top goal scorer in the league somehow. I don't know how. We're not scoring many goals recently, but Kettler still managing to find the back of the net repeatedly. And, well, he's done it again here. The corner to the back post. Obviously very, very good on this year's game. And we see it, well, it's working out again there. And it puts us 1-0 up. Now, we've gone 1-0 up a few times in this poor run of form, so I'm not getting my hopes up just yet. But another highlight, potentially in our favour. Sundman's on the ball. He shoots! There are about 3 players in the box. Just pass it across, man. What are you doing? Excellent chance there. And of all people, actually, quite surprisingly, Sundman doesn't make the most of it, which is a shame. He's been very consistent for us this season. Hopefully, it's just a bit of a blip. And, well, we can pull this back. But half-time is fast approaching. And we still have this 1-0 lead, which is, well, it's a good sign. I'm just a little bit worried because we don't tend to win when we only score 1. We normally leak a goal somewhere down the line, so I think we need something else. But, well, let's calmly say, shall we be passionate? Let's be passionate. I'm pleased with how things are going. Oh, there we go. They're all delighted, extremely delighted. It's what we want. So, let's kick on out there. None of them are complacent, which is good. And hopefully we can find a second goal. They've got a goal kick here, just under the hour mark of the game. But we win the ball. Lindahl, they win it back. We're back in possession. It's very back and forth already. But Sundman with a long ball up to Ewelike. He strikes. Kettler was a little bit in the middle there. He maybe could have done something. But we do have a corner. Thomas Eriksson's going to put it in. It goes to no one, really. Yeah, no one in particular. Thomas Eriksson's very good at direct free kicks. But corners, he's sort of a little bit average. He's not that consistent with them. But he puts this one towards the back post. Ewelike can't quite get there, though, unfortunately. And now they maybe look to counter-attack here. We're doing a decent job of closing them down, though, and Darude puts in an excellent tackle. And, well, we still have our 1-0 lead. I'd really like a second goal, though. I'm very nervous until we're going to get that. Well, I was just going to make changes. I've just paused the game, but no, there is a highlight. Lindahl puts it into the box, but we can't quite win it. All backs on it. Back to Lindahl. Our centre-halves are passing it around in the middle of the pitch as Vitanen plays forward Eriksson, who goes for a long-range strike and finds the net. Thomas Eriksson with an absolutely banger of a goal. And, well, he's used to doing that from a free kick, but from open play this time, he took it very much like a free kick, actually. He stopped the ball pretty dead, and then he just swung at it wildly. I mean, look, the ball's pretty much stationary. He takes it on the turn and just about puts it across the line. And Thomas Eriksson does absolute wonders for us. Now, I did mention I was going to make changes, and I think I am still going to go ahead with that. I think Massey's going to come on for Takahashi because of that yellow card. I don't want to risk a red. And, well, that's the only change I was going to make, and I'm tempted to stick with that, but maybe Linked Fist for Ewelike? Sure, let's go for that. Let's go for Linked Fist. And, well, let's carry on with this second half as they have a free kick. They put it towards our goal, but it goes just wide. No danger, really, from that. And, well, we have a 2-0 lead, and there's less than 10 minutes remaining. It's looking like we may just manage to find something after quite a bit of a win drought. Not necessarily a goal drought. We've scored in every game apart from one, but it looks like we are finally going to pick up a win, which, well, we haven't won since I had my little hiatus, since I had my little break because I was ill. And 3-0, they've scored. But no, we will take that happily. It's a 2-0 win, 2 decent goals. I mean, especially Thomas Eriksson's, the second one there. It was very, very good, and I think we can only say, well done, it's a good win for us. They all look delighted, and, well, they look as happy as I am to be back into winning ways. Now, it is worth noting, that puts us back top of the league as well. JJK drew to MP, so it's not just us who drop points to silly teams for no reason. Obviously, JJK recently lost to bottom of the league too. So, yeah, we're back on top, back where we belong, and it is worth noting, as I was just about to say, we are in a transfer window. Now, that could do a lot for us. Like, potentially, if we can find just that one player. With Arde being out for so long, we've really been lacking... Well, I was going to say we've really been lacking a second striker, but in theory, Ewelike would be the main striker and Kettler would be the second, but Kettler's doing great. It's Ewelike who's not really performing, and I think his injuries had quite a big part in that. He's just really struggled to come back from it. So a striker to partner Kettler is really what we're on the lookout for here, but we've had a win, we've had a clean sheet. It's been a while since we've had either of those things. Hopefully, we can turn this into a bit of a run of form and get some more wins back, like we were at the start of the season. I mean, we went ages without losing a game, and we won quite a lot in there too. It'd be lovely to get back into that form. So, this is the only striker who I could really find who was looking like joining us, Felix Chenkum. And, well, he looks pretty decent, right, on paper. There's a couple of stats we don't have fully ironed out, of mainly the mentals, but a couple of the physicals and technicals in there too. But on paper, he looks alright. The issue is he wants ridiculous money, like more than we can ever offer. And any attempt to bring him down is just not having it. So, it doesn't look likely that, well, we're really going to be able to bring anyone in. I mean, I'll just keep arguing with him for a bit. Maybe? I don't really think he's worth this anyway, is my issue. I mean, okay, so he has actually came around to something we can actually offer him. My problem is, first of all, he's a part-time player. Secondly, he needs to be a key player, which he probably won't be, because he's not that good. And thirdly, I just don't think he's worth... Tell you what we'll do, we'll finalise the deal, and we'll just keep delaying him until our scout report comes in and see what the scouts are saying, because... From my opinion, I would say he doesn't look good enough. If the scouts come back and say, he's really good, sign him, I might take a punt. Like, sometimes you just have to concede that you might be wrong, and this might be one I'm wrong about, but just something about him to me. The main thing I'm worried about is sort of, he looks very much like a one-dimensional poacher. And I'm not really sure. I've tried a lot of one-dimensional poachers in this series, and they've not really worked out, so... Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I'm really not sure. So, we are on game day here, ready for the next game against Kiani. But before we get into that striker who we were looking at, the one who we were looking at signing, where I said if the scouts were wrong, we might take a punt on him. This is what the scouts have came back and said. They've said he's a 4.5-star player, and basically sign him at all costs. 93 recommendation. And he's actually more of a pressing forward. He's not actually that good as a poacher, he's a pressing forward. So, I was wrong on all fronts. I reckon we're going to take a punt on him. Probably. With Ewelike not performing. And the thing is this, right? Arde is due back quite soon. You can see his injury's gone to orange. You can't, actually, because I'm in the way. So I'll move me. But there you go. You can see his injury's gone back to orange, and he's got 3 to 6 weeks left. The thing that's worrying me is this. Ewelike came back from a much less serious injury and has been a shadow of what he was before it. There is a decent chance here Arde could just massively underperform when he returns. And if that happens, we are going to be screwed. So bringing in another striker is probably worth it anyway. And let's be honest, the likes of Samikwi and Linkfist really aren't doing anything. I mean, Linkfist hasn't scored a goal in 10 substitute appearances. Samikwi started 6 and substituted on in 4 and has scored 1. It's not a great return, is it? We don't need to lie about the situation. It's not very good. bringing in another striker, even though it will give us 6 at the club, which is ridiculous, it's an obvious thing we need to do. We have no certainty over anyone other than Kettler right now, so I'm probably going to do it, as long as he will actually come to us. But let's say I fully expect you to keep a 1-match run. Is that a joke? I mean, I guess it is 4 matches unbeaten, actually. Let's say that. A few players liked it. Oddly, not Lindahl, but both strikers and Darude, I believe that is. So, let's get underway. And come on, another 3 points here. I believe I called at the end of last episode that this was going to be 2 wins. I hope it is. These are quite a good team, though. They're in 3rd, so it might not be as easy as I'm making out. They've got a corner here. This is the first highlight of the game. And how? Hold on. No. How have we just got away with that? What just happened? Let me never complain about bad luck again, right? So Erberg comes out to claim it and absolutely fluffs it. He completely misses the ball. They strike. It deflects off of Olbach here. It falls to them again, and it deflects off of... I believe that was their own man. And then it just sort of drifts past them all, and Vatanen clears. What have I just seen? We're blessed. If we don't win this game after that, something's wrong, because that was the luckiest bit of play we will ever have. As they have a goal kick, they pump it up, and Lindahl's in control of it, gives it back to Erberg, who pumps it up. Falls to them, though. It's not a great kick there from Erberg. It was just pretty much hit and hope, but they're in possession of the ball, and they're working it quite nicely at the back here, trying to find a way forward, and it looks like they're going to do so down this right-hand side. We do a decent job of putting some pressure on them, though. Lindahl, well, he heads the ball away, but it's not to anyone, and they're still in possession here. As they're trying to work it forward, Sundman heads clear, and again it just falls to them as they're rushing forward now. It's a decent shot, but Erberg saves, and well, it wasn't too testy of a chance in the end, but we really did struggle to reclaim the ball there. We had a couple of times where we headed it and maybe could have got it under a bit of control, but we just sort of gave it back to them. And as half-time rolls around, the game is, well, not quite yet, actually. There is another highlight. Ike's on the ball, gives it to Eriksson, to Kettler, knocks it back to Vatanen. Can we find a forward pass? It goes to Sundman out on the left, back to Vatanen. And, well, he strikes and he absolutely hammers home. I was going to say, we've wasted a chance which they gifted to us there. It was an absolutely shocking throw-in, which gave us possession. And it didn't look like we were going to get anything from it, but Vatanen does a wonderful bit of work with the ball here, picks it up nicely and strikes from, well, quite a bit outside the box, absolutely rockets off of the keeper and straight into the back of the net and gives us a 1-0 lead. A chance which was created, really, by them. They absolutely scuffed a throw-in and it went straight to us, and then I think we made a bit of a meal of it, to be honest. We should have put that away a lot easier than we did. We had 3 players in their box, and 2 of them were strikers, and another one's Thomas Eriksson, who's one of our better goal scorers. That shouldn't have been that difficult, but regardless, Vatanen put it in the back of the net, and currently we have a 1-0 lead. You played well, but there's still room for improvement? Oh, that's not good. I should have just said I'm delighted, and then they'll all be delighted, and then it'd all be very nice. None of them reacted at all, which is never good on a half-time team talk, because they're really easy to get players to react from. So it might seem like, oh, nothing's changed, but the fact of the matter is their players probably have reacted, because they normally do from half-time team talks. So, well, you'd be hoping that we can still, maybe grab a second goal, because again, I'm still not confident on winning with 1 goal, even though we have kept a few clean sheets this season. We've got a free kick here, and Lindahl's going to put it in. Ike's on it, he strikes, and it just hits the side net, and it actually hit the post. And, well, it was a bit of a tight angle, to say the least. I thought it was out, if we're being honest. I thought it hit the side netting, but no. And, well, the second half's ticking by here, and we've still got our 1-0 lead, and we look to have most of the play. And with just 10 minutes remaining, I am going to make a change. Neither striker particularly playing very well. I think Samiikwe is going to be the man I bring on for Kettler. And, actually, no. Why am I bringing off Kettler and not Ike when Ike can't score a goal lately? Let's do that. And Takahashi's not having a great game either. He's been a bit quiet since he had that, I think it was a couple of suspensions he had. He got a red card and then he came back for a game. And then he got a yellow card suspension. And since then he's just been a bit average really. He's not really done much. Before that we were seeing him making some quite good balls and his indirect free kicks were absolutely lethal. And since that moment we haven't really seen them. But, well, not much has happened at all in this second half. It's got to be said. And it looks like we're going to pick up a 1-0 win in the most boring of fashions, really. Our goal was absolutely gifted to us. In all honesty, it was quite a close game. Both teams had a lot of shots and not that many of them on target, really. It kind of looks like it was a bit all over the place and a lot of fouls. It was a very scrappy match, I think, all things considered. But quite a quiet one in terms of the highlights, but it is a good win for us. And you've got to remember, Kiani, they're third. They're one of the better teams in the league, which doesn't actually mean much, because after losing one game, they're probably in about 7th knowing this. No, they're down to 4th. But the league is that tight, it wouldn't have even been inconceivable. But KTP, who went up to 3rd through their win, actually beat JJK, and now we have a 3-point gap back at the top of the table. We are back where we belong, and we're back there on points. And, well, we've also managed to carve out a really nice goal difference, actually. 15 is absolutely huge. And well, it's all going very well, and that is a wonderful way to bounce back, which now is going to look silly, because I called the last episode Bouncing Back, because we were trying to bounce back. And this is the one where we actually did bounce back, so I can't call this one Bouncing Back. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. And, well, 5 matches unbeaten obviously sounds a lot better than it actually is. We had a lot of disappointing draws in there. Nistan and MP especially. Obviously KTP up there in 3rd, they're quite a good team. But Nistan and MP, I mean, we know where they are in the table. They're not great. Actually, MP have risen quite a lot since they've drew to us. They were in 8th at the time, but it's so tight. We're only 12 points away from 8th, which doesn't sound that bad, but it's only a 10-team league. So it's so tight that we honestly could conceivably finish anywhere right now, other than maybe the bottom 2 spots. I think 19 points would be quite hard to drop in about 9 games, but there's only 9 games left, actually. Yeah, that's a fair point. This signifies the end of the 2nd third of the season, which sounds like a weird thing to say, doing the season in thirds, but you play each team 3 times, so it kind of makes sense. We've played every team twice, is the point I'm trying to get across. So, we're at the top of the league. It's looking good. It's not looking great. We could have been, I mean, you know how many draws we've got, but if we'd have picked up 2 or 3 more wins and we had 4 or 6 more points, we would be so much more confident right now. Like, if a couple of those draws would have been wins, it would have been so clean going into the back end of the season. But we're still on the top of the league. We don't have this stupid cup to play at the end because we got knocked out, so that will stop us getting any more silly injuries. We've had our best striker out for most of the season, and maybe next episode we will actually have the new man in, whose name I've already forgotten. Is it down here anywhere? Schenkum. Maybe Schenkum will be here for the next episode. So, I've rambled on for long enough. We're going to wrap this episode up here. Thank you all very much for watching. Tomorrow's video will be up at 5:30, or you can subscribe to get it into your feed, whichever you prefer. And, well, join the Discord. It's a link in the description below. No one's joined it yet. I feel quite silly having a Discord with no one in it. Somebody, please join the Discord. Please. So, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Leave any feedback below. Goodbye.